Welcome back to the Daily Venture as I talk about a new report that revealed how much Henry Cavill was given for his Superman cameos in Black Adam and The Flash. Also on the news, Shazam 2 director David F. Sandberg has an intriguingly unflattering depiction of the world's mightiest family about their well-intentioned superhero ambitions going up against Greek villains in a Game of Thrones and Hobbit-style dragons. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Cavill was paid $250,000 apiece for his arrivals in the 2 DC films he filmed before James Gunn and Peter Safran carried over as co-CEOs of DC Studios. According to the statement, before Gunn and Safran came into their new roles, Cavill was in good graces at Warner Bros. Pictures co-chiefs Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi eagerly desired to make a Man of Steel sequel starring him. After Cavill emerged as Superman in a Black Adam post-credits scene, the performer revealed he was officially back as the character in October, pledging that fans' patience would be awarded. Yet, just a month and a half later, Cavill said he would not be coming back as Superman after all, following a discussion with Gunn and Safran. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life, Cavill stated. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck, and the happiest of fortunes. In September, Cavill even shot a cameo for The Flash, which is placed to hit theaters in June 2023. Yet, amidst the significant shifts at DC Studios, it has been shown that Cavill's cameo in that film will be completely cut. The studio will also remove Gal Gadot's arrival as Wonder Woman from the movie. These surprising transitions result from Gunn and Safran opting not to push on with Cavill as Superman or Patty Jenkins' initial concept for a third Wonder Woman film starring Gadot. In the aftermath of Cavill's unexpected departure, Gunn informed he has begun penning a new Superman film that tracks the character during a more early part of his life. While Cavill will not come back as the Man of Steel, Gunn disclosed he has spoken to Cavill regarding other non-Superman DC roles. We just had a great meeting with Henry and we're big fans and we talked about a number of exciting possibilities to work together in the future, Gunn said. You can glimpse Cavill's last arrival as Superman in Black Adam, now streaming on HBO Max. Now shifting gears to the Shazam family, Sandberg conferred the skill level of the power-transformed adolescent crime fighters in discussion with Total Film, indicating their incompetence at being the superheroes of Philadelphia in the forthcoming DC Universe movie would still focus on Shazam. Still, it's also about the family. They've all been superheroes for a while now, trying to stop crime and save people, he stated. But they're not very good at it. The city has dubbed them the Philly Fiascos. Beyond speaking about the family's efficiency as superheroes and Philadelphia's nickname for them, Sandberg had once stated that, rather than the comics, Shazam 2 would take cues from Greek mythology. Sandberg took this modification from desiring to probe his thoughts, even though the first Shazam film was critically and commercially victorious. He mentioned how he wanted to bring Greek mythology into this world due to his powers stemming from Greek mythology. He asks what if a bunch of kids stole those powers, and now these particular villains want revenge? After teasing what other characters had in store for moviegoers, Sandberg finished by saying that it was really cool diving into mythology instead of comics. Tying into this, another shift that Shazam 2 will get is the absence of Dr. Sivana, with the daughters of Atlas Hespera, Calypso, and Anthea being the movie's villains. Despite this, Sivana's actor Mark Strong gave Hespera and Calypso's performers, Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, his approval last year, remarking that he felt they were going to make a couple of fantastic villains, and that it's time for female villains. About Dr. Sivana coming back, Strong countered, well, you know, maybe he's gone unfinished with Mr. Mind and we'll be back further down the line, who knows. Sandberg spoke to Total Film magazine about how Shazam 2 will lean more into the ancient mythology from which Shazam emanates his abilities. While Sandberg and his crew whipped up layouts for manticores, minotaurs, and cyclops, he desired the dragon to be something unique. With the dragon, it was like, we've seen so many dragons, in Game of Thrones and The Hobbit and all these things, so we have to do something different. He's made out of wood because he was born from the tree of life, that's what he protects. And he can emanate fear. If you're standing in front of him, you won't be able to move and he can go straight up and eat you, Sandberg stated. The basis of all these monsters rioting across the DC universe would be the movie's direct villains, the daughters of Atlas, played by Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Ziegler. This vast wooden dragon appears several moments in the trailer and with other mythological beasts like unicorns. The daughters show up to appune Billy Batson, performed by Asher Angel in his kid formation and Zachary Levi in his adult Shazam form, and his super-powered companions, arguing the children robbed them of their powers which rightfully belong to them. One of the three daughters can be glimpsed riding on the dragon's head, and the trailer's last shot has Shazam fighting the dragon on a municipality street and finishing on the bar, "I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life." Shazam 2 has dealt with a disturbing production agenda, being postponed from December 21, 2022, to March 2023. In an earlier interview, Sandberg condemned the transition in the competition with Avatar: The Way of Water. Other accounts argued that Warner Bros. Could release a limited number of films this year due to funding issues and decided to go with Black Adam first. Nevertheless, Sandberg told back in November the last cut of the new Shazam is done. As for the franchise's future, Billy Batson performer Asher Angel spoke about his longing for DC Studios co-head James Gunn to incorporate other DCU heroes into it. In terms of the character Shazam meeting Black Adam, Sandberg, who had once reminded lovers of the film that the Man in Black wouldn't be in the second film, reported earlier this year that there hadn't been any discussions about such a confrontation occurring. "I know, at the moment, Black Adam is sort of its thing and Shazam is its thing," stated Sandberg. "Then we'll see where it all goes in the future, but I haven't really been a part of any conversations like that." Shazam 2 arrives in theaters on March 17, 2023.